Welcome to Weekday Somatics. Okay, let's start with an invocation. And we invoke the greatest power and the greatest presence, knowing that all that is exists because and as this one presence and this one power. And so we are, each of us, one with this. And that each of us is bestowed those divine powers of truth, clarity, peace, healing, wholeness, abundance, safety, that these powers are already within us. Not only do these powers exist within us, but we are given a divine mandate to be ourselves as we have been made in all of our perfection. And that means to receive and acknowledge these powers that have been bestowed to us, and to have the courage to express them moment to moment, day by day in our lives, knowing that we are encouraged and supported at every step, that we are never alone, and that we have all that we need to succeed, to be victorious, to be fully ourselves in all of our beauty, strength, gentleness, clarity, to bring that healing energy and power to our own lives, to our bodies, to our minds, our thoughts, our emotions, our relationships, our finances, all levels of health and well-being. And knowing that we really truly are made of and aligned with that one presence and one power, we can know that there is nothing that can stand in our way except our own selves. And so we choose, by being present here now, to align ourselves with that truth, to claim that power, that inner authority, to accept that mandate with joy. with trust, to bring that love and healing and grace to our lives and the lives of all we love and all who surround us, to bless all so that all may be uplifted, starting with ourselves. And so today we shine this light of divine love within ourselves, healing our bodies, releasing all that no longer serves that greatest truth, surrendering to that support and allowing ourselves to be carried on angels' wings. To encourage us and give us the strength so that we can be present in our lives fully, awake, connected, and at peace. Gratefully, I release this knowing that it is true. So we really do have that power, and we use that power all the time. So let's use that power consciously now. And let's use that power first by connecting to our earthly support, recognizing and acknowledging that we are held by Mother Earth. So feel and perceive and recognize, and more than anything, just intend to acknowledge your connection with Mother Earth. It doesn't matter whether you believe it. It doesn't matter whether you like it. It doesn't matter whether you think this is silly. It doesn't matter whether you're having the right feeling or the wrong feeling, whatever those might be. It doesn't matter whether you are having any experience whatsoever. All that matters is your intention, just your willingness. It opens the door so that that grace can flow through you and into your life in this world. And know that that is really a blessing. It's a blessing for yourself, and you deserve that. You are worthy of that. You need that. It's good to receive that. It does not matter what mistakes you've made in your life. It does not matter what hardness there may be around your heart. It does not matter any of it, so long as you are simply willing, just willing. If you are willing, then this grace will flow. It will flow through you and into your life. It will bless you and bless all around you, just because of your intention. So perceive that connection and know that it's a two-way connection so that you can confess and make an offering. So choose to confess and make an offering now. Everything that you have been holding in shame and regret and anger and frustration and cynicism, everything that's unmanageable for you, everything that you struggle with, just confess it silently within yourself to Divine Mother. The confession, just let it be so authentic, just as if you really are talking to your mother who loves you beyond a doubt, who will always love you, who will receive you no matter what, who wants the best for you, who you can trust completely, who will always hold you in her arms. And just make that confession in your own, within your own self, to her. Mother, I am weak. Mother, I'm ashamed. Mother, I don't believe I'm worthy. Mother, I'm hardened. Mother, I'm angry. Mother, I'm in pain. Mother, I don't believe. Whatever it is, all of it, just confess it and then just make an offering of it. Make it an offering of love. And again, even if you don't feel it, it's okay. Because in your heart, your intention is pure. Your intention is for healing, and that is pleasing to the divine. So just be willing to have that intention, even though I'm hardened and I don't know how to, even though I'm not sure that I can, even though I don't feel like I'm loving, even though I think I'm dirty and unworthy, even though I think I'm despicable, even though I don't know how, I make this offering. I intend to release it. Please take this from me. Please accept my offering, knowing that it is truly heartfelt. And then open to receive Mother Earth's grace, her stabilizing, nurturing energy. Receive her and allow her to receive you and be one, knowing that you're never alone. And really intend and perceive that connection as a real connection between your body and the body of the earth. And allow it to expand and grow. And remember, your intention is enough. You don't have to be visualizing anything in particular. You don't have to have any particular sensations. You might think it's not working, and that's okay, because your intention is enough. And then let's just give thanks. And let's tune into the breath for a few moments. Just observe the breath. Notice how the breath is moving, and notice where the breath turns from inhalation to exhalation and exhalation to inhalation. And see if it's happening on its own or if you're introducing it. And if you're introducing it, then just become aware and release that and allow for the breath to naturally elongate without any force, so that the breath remains calm and even and stable and pleasurable and healing. Don't introduce any gasping for air or any air hunger. No strain or stress. Let this remove and dissolve all the stress. Almost every human on this planet has learned unconsciously a strategy for dealing with their perceived difficulties, which is to hold the breath, restrict the breath, or turn the breath at unnatural points. And this strategy has a very limited effectiveness. It is actually effective in the short term, but as a long-term strategy, it's devastating because it reinforces our false sense of separation. So it's a very, very powerful thing to simply observe the breath, to become aware of the previously unconscious habits of controlling the breath as a way of controlling the experience. And then allow yourself to breathe through all experience without strain, without indulging the fear, without indulging the habit of separation, and you'll see a huge difference. Very, very significant difference. Just from being aware of the breath and releasing the unnecessary effort and strain. You'll find that your breath becomes elongated, more gentle, more satisfying. You'll at first become aware of the spasms. There are many, many spasms all over the torso. But with your patience and persistence, you'll notice that everything comes to deeper rest. And the breath then begins to move on its own without you doing it, without you having to control it, without you having to do anything other than just simply being aware. And this is actually such a profoundly healing practice that you don't need anything else if you were to do just this with the right attitude, with an attitude of reverence and thanksgiving and surrender, then everything in your life will be made holy. So we'll just take a few more breaths this way. Okay, now let's take a moment to inquire within. And the inquiry that I will invite you to is this one. What change am I ready for and willing to accept in my life, starting right now? So let's just take a few moments in stillness to inquire lightly into this and just allow whatever the answer is, just allow that. And know that the answer can come to the conscious mind or it may come subconsciously. You may not even be aware of it consciously. Just know that as long as you're present and willing to inquire in this way, then the answer will come. So again, the question, what change am I willing to receive in my life starting now? And let it be gentle. Don't be fearful. Don't be anticipating something that you cannot do, because the answer is sure to be something that you can do. If you are ready, it's something you can do. And then ask yourself this question. What am I ready to release so that I can receive this newness in my life? Okay, so just give thanks inwardly for the answers that have come, whether you're aware of them consciously or not, it doesn't matter. You can know that you're having the right experience at the right time. So whatever the answers are, however they've arrived, you can trust and know that they have arrived. And now you know exactly what you need to know in the way that you need to know it, so that your life can be uplifted, and so that you can fulfill your purpose on this earth with joy and thanksgiving and health. Now, if you've had the eyes closed and you wish to open them for the next portion, that's fine, but be sure that you do so without disturbing anything. And for this next portion, we're going to do a little bit of movement. This will be something you can do seated or lying down on your back. Either will be fine. Whatever is most comfortable for you and allows you to really experience support so that you're not straining. Receiving that support is essential. We really are carried on angels' wings. We really are standing on the shoulders of giants. We really are supported by such immense support that we cannot even begin to imagine just how great it is. So for this exploration, we're going to be bringing our hands to the face to touch the face. So we're going to start with the 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 lips. We're going to bring our fingers to the corners of the lips, and just as I'm doing here, just gently press with whatever fingers is comfortable for you to use on either side, just gently allowing for the lips to expand side to side. And just hold that there lightly and gently, but with enough firmness that you can really perceive it for a few moments, just for a few breaths, and allow it to soften and release with each breath. And actually, if you do want to do as I'm doing, okay, just with the two um, the index finger and the middle finger together like that, it's actually a really energetically it augments the experience. But if it's too much for you, then don't do that way. If it's too much energy for you. Okay, so remember that if you need to take a rest, do so. You shouldn't ever strain. But for those who are ready to proceed, then we'll keep the fingers here gently, just gently. We're not trying to never do anything aggressive here, but just gently maintaining that gentle pressure on the sides of the mouth, so that we're kind of encouraging the sides, the corners of the lips to move laterally outward. We're going to now explore slowly pursing the lips like we're going to kiss or blow. and then slowly release. And we're going to do that several times at your own pace. And really feel what you're feeling with the fingers. So there's obviously there's tissue there are muscles there's connective tissue there. So we want to allow for that to change and soften and release so that there's greater flow, greater ease. So be aware as you're doing it. And you'll know that it's really working when you can feel little popping sensations inside your nose. And then you're getting a real release. And then you can let your hands come to rest and just let the mouth and the cheeks and the chin continue to release and rest and allow this to integrate. You may feel it all the way up into the cheeks. You may feel it up into the ears. Let the tongue release and soften. Let the eyes be soft. Let the forehead be soft. You may even feel it into the shoulders because they're actually muscles that connect from the lips all the way down to the collarbones. And then you may even feel it into the chest, down into the abdomen because of the release, allowing for a deeper release all throughout the body. Take a moment to inwardly express your gratitude. It really does help just to intend gratitude and thanksgiving for the miracles, the small miracles, the big miracles, the medium-sized miracles. Okay, next we're going to bring our hands and fingers to the cheeks and I think just below the cheekbones, so you can just feel underneath the cheekbones with your fingers. So just kind of feel around and say, feel the cheekbones, and then find the just underneath the cheekbones. And you can, if you're watching, you can see about how firmly I'm doing it. So I'm not poking in hard, but it's firm enough to be able to actually feel the bones, if that's comfortable. If it's uncomfortable for you, let it be a lighter touch. It should never be unpleasant. It should be very comfortable and enjoyable. You should have no concern whatsoever that you might be bruising yourself or anything. And we'll just hold this for a few breaths. So let the hands and arms be as relaxed as possible and tune into the breath. Let the breath be complete and natural. And notice how the breath does introduce these small movements all through the body, and you can even be aware of that up into the cheeks. And see that you can allow those subtle movements of the breath to help you to release in the cheeks. So with each breath, allow for the cheeks to release more and more. And you may find that your lips slightly part, and that's okay. And now, for those who are wanting to do so, and if you don't wish to do so, it's not appropriate for you, then don't. But for those who wish to do so, we're going to keep the hands here. And we are going to, again, purse the lips and then release. And then we're going to, keeping the hands where they are, we're going to smile. And then release slowly. So we'll do that several times, keeping the hands where they are. We're going to slowly purse the lips and then release, and then smile and then release. And then slowly release the hands. And take a few moments to just tune into the natural breath and allow for this newness to integrate. Okay, and now we will again do a short breathing exploration, this time with hand placement, so that we're going to be utilizing the breath to help to bring awareness and release to parts of the abdominal region as well as the chest. So when you're ready, then if you're able to do so, place one of your fingers, doesn't matter which hand, whichever one is most comfortable for you, place one of the fingers in the belly button, if you can do so. And then take the other hand and place the finger or fingers right at the base of the sternum. So right where the xiphoid process meets with the base of the sternum. If you don't know where that is, it's where if you were to find the center of the rib cage in the front and place your fingers there, you'll feel that there's a it's hard because there's a bone there. It's called the sternum. And if you just slide the fingers down until it's no longer hard, then you've found the base of the sternum, and that's the xiphoid process. It's cartilage. Be gentle here. Don't push too aggressively, but you want to just place the finger there so that you can feel it. So we have one finger on the belly button, the other of one hand, and the other hand we have a finger placed on the xiphoid process. And we're going to just breathe, keeping our fingers here to help support our awareness so that we can release even more. So let the inhalation be smooth and satisfying and gentle, but it is an active movement. The inhalation is active. So you will find that the abdomen expands so that the distance between the two fingers changes because the xiphoid process moves less compared to the belly button. The belly button is moving outward, expanding on the inhalation. And then on the exhalation, let the exhalation be as non-forced as possible so that you're not drawing in the abdomen, but you are allowing for it to naturally deflate. And as you do this, allow for the abdomen to soften, allow for the belly button to soften. Many people hold so much tension in the belly button. It's a point associated esoterically with power. So if you feel powerless and you notice that there's tenderness or tension or numbness in that area, then good news. This simple exercise is going to help bring a lot of healing there. But it requires your choice, your intention. So you have to have that intention that this is gentle, nourishing, sustainable, healing. Receive it as a blessing. Choose to surrender in trust and faith, and you'll find that you experience a softening, an opening, a release, and that in that there's a blossoming faith, optimism, courage. And if you wish to do so, you can even just slightly, very gently, but slightly pull up on with the finger that's at the base of the sternum, just slightly, so that you're just slightly encouraging the sternum to lift, so that the distance between the base of the sternum and the belly button increases just a little bit. It should be sustainable and comfortable for you. Don't ever push. Don't strain, but just have that intention, and you'll find that it will help to soften and lengthen here more. Your breathing will become more relaxed. Your emotions can become more relaxed. if you wish to continue that for a few more breaths, you're welcome to do so. And if you are ready to release, then you may do so and just feel the newness. Allow that to integrate, and we'll just rest here for a few moments. And if you're still continuing with that, you may do so for a few minutes, but then when you're complete with that, just take a few moments to rest and allow for it to integrate. And now let's take a few moments to consciously radiate blessings. It's a very powerful exercise because it's an exercise in abundance and faith. It helps to grow our experience of abundance and faith. The more that we bless, the more our faith and our experience of abundance grows and blossoms, because we are affirming a truth through our action of blessing. And that truth is that there is truthfully an abundance of goodness, of healing, that we are intimately one with, and that flows through us. So the more that we acknowledge that, recognize that, affirm that, and practice that, the more beautiful our lives become. So we can continue to remain aware of the natural breath. And as you inhale, feel the heart enlivened with a stable, beautiful, healing light. And as you exhale, allow for that light to radiate from the heart in its purity and goodness, so that it illuminates and blesses your entire inner body. You can actually begin to perceive your organs bathed in this healing light, your liver, your kidneys, your stomach, your intestines, the heart, the lungs, and your brain. You can allow yourself to become aware of this light bathing and illuminating and blessing your entire inner body, all of the organs, all of the connective tissue, all of the bones, all of the tendons, all of the ligaments, the marrow, the muscles, the fascia, all of the veins and arteries, capillaries, the skin. And then allow that light to radiate outward through the skin blessing the space around you, blessing your home, blessing all who are around you, the people, the plants, the animals, the air, the water. Allow those blessings to radiate to all of your loved ones, wherever they may be, through all time and space. So wherever they may be in time and space. Send those blessings and that healing light to your ancestors. Acknowledging them and giving thanks for this gift of life that you have, that has come through them. Give thanks to them for all of the lessons that they have learned, all of the gifts that they have offered you, and send them this blessing of healing light to support them wherever they may be now. Bless anybody in particular who comes to mind, who you wish to send blessings to. See them in that light, see them in that wholeness, see them healed now, see them blessed now, see them fulfilled now, see them content now, see them at peace now. Send these blessings to all people who work in all governments and all organizations everywhere, so that their work can be informed and enlivened by divine light. Send blessings to all the people who are struggling, all the people in the hospitals, all the people in the prisons, all the people living on the streets. Send them blessings so that they can be healed and fulfill their purpose on this life in the very best way. Bless all people everywhere. Bless all of creation. And again, recognize that the more that you allow for this to flow through you, the more your life is blessed. Become aware of your body, become aware of your head, scalp, ears, nose, throat, tongue, the neck, the shoulders, the upper arms, the lower arms, the elbows, the wrists, the hands, the fingers. Be aware of the upper back, the chest, the abdomen, the lower back, the pelvis, the buttocks, the thighs, the knees, the fronts of the knees, the backs of the knees, the lower legs, the tops of the feet, the toes and the bottoms of the feet. Become aware again of the support of the earth, all the way from the core of the earth, all the way to the surface that you are resting upon. Feel that support. Give thanks for that support. Know that all of your earthly needs are met. Give thanks for this. Send blessings to everybody in this group, and everybody in this group open to receive those blessings, knowing that when we receive this healing grace through others with their intention, it cuts through all of our hesitation, all of our resistance, all of the ways that we get in our own way if we are simply willing to receive. Know that our own healing experience is magnified 100 times, if not more. And know that only good can come from this. So just open to receive that healing blessing from this group. And you can slowly move your fingers. Become aware of the breath again. Let your face be soft. Let your tongue be relaxed. Let yourself feel gently happy inside. Give yourself that permission to feel gently happy. Just let everything else go and just allow yourself to be gently happy, grateful. And if you wish to, you can place the hands together at the heart just for a moment. Again, giving thanks for this time together, giving thanks for the support that shows up in so many ways, visible and invisible, felt and unfelt, known and unknown. As we bring this practice to a close and release this, knowing that its healing work is done, and that as we move into our days or nights, that we do not need to work so hard. Instead, we can simply receive and allow for the fulfillment of our true heart prayer. Just knowing that it is already done. Give thanks. And you can release the hands, and if your eyes have been closed and you wish to open them, then you may begin to do so when you're ready with awareness, so that you don't disturb anything, so that this can really integrate into your waking state. Okay, so momentarily I'm going to end the recording of the formal inquiry, and then for those who are here live, we'll stay on for the Q&A if you wish. And before I end the recording of the formal inquiry, I just want to say a few words for those who don't have the um, ability to attend the Q&A or have access to the messenger group. I want to just let everybody know that this life really is full of miracles, and we really are powerful. And I know that waking up to that power can be challenging sometimes, because it can be really painful to see the effects of our past actions. But have courage and know that you're simply seeing the past, and that right now you're able to choose something new. And that's what we've been doing together today. It's really powerful. And it wakes you up. So something new is happening. Just notice that most of us, our brains interpret newness as bad. And so it's not unusual to have some experience of what your brain will then tell you is discomfort, even pain sometimes. Could be physical, you could tell you it's physical pain or emotional pain or frustration or discouragement or disappointment. Now that's not necessarily going to happen. For many people, that won't happen. For many people, it will just be very smooth and gentle and pleasant, and that's wonderful. But for those who do experience that newness as a kind of shock, don't dismay. Especially for those of you who've been participating in this for a while, you know that overall, when you look at your life, you have to admit things are getting better. And if you really are honest, you can look and see that along the way, as things have gotten better, they got better because you were present to the challenges that previously in your life you had used inefficient strategies trying to ignore, push away, combat, defeat. And so now you're awake, you're present to the experience. There's one of those sayings that people use, it's cute because it rhymes. And the cynical mind wants to say, yeah, it's cute, it's stupid, it's not true. But hear this, it's actually true. Feeling is healing. Now, that doesn't mean we should indulge it and prolong it and drag it out. That's another, there's another phrase that applies to that. It's another rhyming one. Okay. What you resist persists. So there's a razor's edge. And that razor's edge is, we want to allow the feeling, allow the flow. Notice that we've been stuck. You've been stuck, haven't you? You've been repeating the same things, hoping that you would get different results, and that's stuckness. And that stuckness manifests at so many levels. It's emotional, physical, financial, relationship. All of these different levels, you can see how it expresses. You have a frozen shoulder, or you've got popping joints, or you can't bend over, or you got TMJ issues, or your tongue's always pressed up against the roof of your mouth. You've got indentations on your tongue from your teeth, or your teeth are, you're grinding your teeth. All these different kinds of things. Constipation, all these kinds of things that happen. And it's stuckness. So what we want is flow. We want to surrender to the flow of this present moment. And that's what's happening. We're all being blessed by that. We're being blessed by waking up and receiving that flow. And of course, what the state of things that we're waking up to is challenging because there's so much stuff, so much clutter, so much that we've held on to and been stuck in, and it's being cleansed. But we have to see it, feel it, and allow it to flow so that it can be released and dissolved. And the more that we allow that without judgment, without attachment, without fear, without indulgence, the easier and faster it is. Sometimes it just requires literally just a second of total surrender, and it passes. Sometimes it takes a day. Sometimes it takes a week. Sometimes it takes a month. But the more that we surrender and trust and acknowledge that things are getting better, I am being opened, I am softening, the hardness is being washed away, I am experiencing more grace in my life. Just see how this is true. I am experiencing more beauty in my life. I am experiencing more spaciousness in my life. I am experiencing more miracles in my life. I am experiencing greater ease in my body. I am experiencing greater trust in goodness. Even if it's small, things are getting better. And so keep having faith in that. Keep surrendering. Keep allowing that light to flow through you. Keep blessing yourself, blessing those around you, knowing that it is an abundance of grace. There's no end to it. It continues to flow from the very beginning of time, and it continues. And so you can just keep having that faith and allow that faith to blossom in you, and you will see the miracles continuing to happen. And then also remember that it's important to take action to support that, that's in alignment with that. So we're not yogis in caves in the Himalayas. We are living in this world. And so we have to remember to care for ourselves and actually take action on behalf of ourselves, which means many things. We've got many lessons to learn, right? Like self-care, it's a really important one. Take care of yourself, nourish yourself, love yourself. So eat well, bless your food, bless your body. I say that so often, do it, because it seems the cynical mind says, yeah, blah, 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 whatever. But put it to the test. Do that every time you eat for 1 month. And then you won't want to stop, because you'll experience how wonderful it is. It doesn't take any time, really. Maybe the best would be you pause for a second and just intend a blessing to the food. Thank you, food. I love you. I'm grateful. I bless you. I bless this body. Thank you, body. I bless you. That's it. And then just that intention. That's all. And then, and if you don't even want to pause, if you're still in that mode where you just have to, there's such urgency, you can't pause even for a second, fine. Bless as you're eating. That's fine. As you're wolfing it down, I bless this food. I bless this body. I bless that healing intelligence within me. I bless that harmony and grace that aligns all things, so that I can receive this nourishment and utilize this nourishment in support of that goodness to be a beacon of light in this world. As you're eating, as you're wolfing it down, it's fine. And if you think, oh, God, I don't know how to remember to say something like that, that's fine. You don't have to say anything like that at all. Just bless. That's it. Just have that intention. I bless this food. I bless this body. And you'll find it really makes a big difference. So have that intention. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for everything. Forgive yourself for the past. Forgive yourself for your mistakes. Forgive yourself for your resentments. Forgive yourself for not loving yourself in the past. Forgive yourself for your mistakes that you make now. Forgive yourself for everything. That takes real courage, because we've been taught, who are you to forgive yourself? How dare you? It's not, you don't have the right to forgive yourself. That's what we've been taught. You will be forgiven. You don't forgive yourself. Well, You got to meet God halfway. God already forgives you. You're the only one who holds yourself in unforgiveness. Receive that grace by forgiving yourself, and you'll see the miracles in your life magnified a million times. Forgive yourself for everything. Forgive yourself for every mistake. We've all made mistakes. We've all made terrible mistakes. We've all hurt people with our carelessness, with our ignorance, with our anger, impatience. All of us have done that. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself so that you can finally turn things around, so that you can stop hurting others and stop hurting yourself. Have that courage. Be encouraged. Invite spirit into your life. Just invite spirit into your life. You know, if you don't know how to forgive yourself, then just pray for forgiveness. Pray for the strength and courage and wisdom to be able to forgive yourself. Invite spirit into your life. Spirit, I've been hardened. I've been cynical. I've been afraid. I don't even know how to forgive myself. I'm afraid I don't know how. I'm afraid I'll never succeed. Please be in my life and help me to forgive myself. Please help me to discover true self-forgiveness so that I can be a beacon of light and love and healing in this world. Starting with my own self, my own mind, my own emotions, my own memories, my own body, my own sensations, and then sending those blessings to all who are in proximity to me, to all my loved ones, wherever they may be, to all of my family, wherever they may be, so that I can see them in a new way, release them from their prior bondage that I've held them in, so that I can really, truly receive that self-forgiveness by truly giving, forgiving, letting go of the past, letting go of those mistakes, letting go of the hardness, letting go of the ways that I've held people in ways that were not truthful, releasing everybody to their very greatest good. Just invite that, let that be your prayer, and know that then it's fulfilled. And as always, your intention is enough. Even if you say, I can't, I don't feel it. I don't really feel that I'm worth forgiving. I'm not having the right feeling. Just intend. Just actually intend. If you intend every day, at the start and the beginning of your day, if you just have that intention, even if just a second, help me to forgive myself. I want to forgive myself. I'm open to forgiving myself now. Just that. Then it will start to work. Those are the main things. Be gentle, love yourself, nourish yourself, be kind to yourself. And if you're still struggling, then reach out. Don't go it alone. Really, don't go it alone. It's not necessary. It's not really that helpful. We're all in this together for a reason, because we need the support. And that support has to show up in the ways that we can really receive it. And it will. It absolutely will, as long as we are open and have the intention. Because we make such unreasonable demands of ourselves. We say, even though I can't do anything right, I still have to get it all right. Even though my life is unmanageable, I have to do my healing alone. But reach out for help. Receive that support in whatever way it shows up. It shows up in so many ways. It shows up in the air you're breathing, in the water that you drink. It shows up when you really start to open up to it, it shows up everywhere. You'll turn on the radio and there it will be. You'll open your inbox and there it will be. You'll be walking down the street and there it will be. A bird will fly by and there it will be. It will be in every breath, every thought, every experience. And when we don't have that level of faith, which all of us don't have that level of faith all the time, then reach out and receive that support in a way that you know you can, from somebody you trust. And for those who don't have access to the messenger group, you can email me. Okay, so it was a lot longer than I was expecting, but there we go. Okay, thank you. And I'm going to end this recording now.